Could you forgive someone that cheated on you? Now, before you automatically just say no, think about it. Take your time, because there's obviously been a lot of people in this world that have cheated and been forgiven. So what is it that it took? What would it take you to actually be able to forgive somebody? I have my own thoughts and opinions as to what I think it usually takes for somebody to either be forgiven or not forgiven. I'm gonna share those with you right now. If you agree, comment below. If you don't, I'm interested to hear your thoughts. With that being said, number one. So number one is gonna be time. How much time has been invested into this relationship? Was it something that you guys just started, maybe like a month ago, and you already got cheated on? Okay, you might wanna just cut that early, because this is supposed to be the honeymoon phase, and you already getting cheated on, probably kind of setting you up for what it is you're in for. But if you guys have had, let's say 10 years of a relationship, you're already married, maybe you have kids involved, it's a lot harder and a lot more complicated actually to just separate from somebody because of cheating. Not saying that it's not warranted, but it is the type of situation where people may have to put more thought into it. Like, damn, do I really want to just start from scratch, or could I possibly forgive him? I mean, this is the first time he's ever done something like this. Up until this point, he's been a great man. What's going on? Why did this happen? Can we figure this out? That's a situation that makes forgiveness a little bit more likely sometimes, because people don't want to start over after they've done so much building with somebody. The next big factor is, who did they tell? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, once they tell somebody, whether it be family or friends, about what you did, it is going to be very hard for them to forgive you. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because initially, when you first get cheated on, that's when you're most angry, that's when you're most hurt. You tell this to all your friends. You say, girl, I can't believe he did this to me. You tell your mom, everybody's on your side, they're angry, they're listening to you cry. But when a few days pass, or maybe a few weeks pass, that's when your feelings start to change a little bit. You start going from angry to sad. You start missing all the good things about what you guys used to have, and you start getting weak. You start saying, okay, man, maybe he won't do it again. Maybe I can take him back. And then your friends get wind of that, or your family get wind of it. They are there to remind you of what you felt like on day one, because they don't have that attachment to him. They don't have any of those feelings that are gonna get their emotions mixed up. They're here to tell you, no, you are not going back to him because of this, because of that. So who you tell sometimes is really going to determine what your relationship is like. And that's why you shouldn't always tell people your business, because you no longer have the freedom to decide how you want to move from there. Because now that they're involved, they're going to project all their opinions on whether you should forgive somebody or what you should do next. So the next one is, what was the condition of the relationship at the time that the cheat took place? Now, what I mean by that is this. If the relationship was bad, and you guys hadn't slept together in a while, you guys were fighting, you guys weren't getting along, you weren't in a happy space for a while, and he cheated, well, then that makes a little bit more sense. Not that it's right, but it makes a little bit more sense compared to if everything was perfect. You guys were getting along, you were happy, you were doing all the things you should as a girlfriend, and then suddenly he just decided to cheat anyway. What that does is it's going to make it very hard for you to differentiate the difference in which he's likely to cheat in the future or when he's not gonna cheat. Because look, at the end of the day, when people get cheated on, they're hurt, but they usually still really love you, and they wanna try to find a way to forgive you. They wanna try to find a way to get past this. So they have to trick their minds mentally to themselves as to how they could possibly do this. Your words of saying, baby, I ain't gonna do it again, are not enough. They have to convince themselves. So when they start to internalize the situation as what happened, they might be able to say, okay, maybe if we weren't fighting so much, or maybe if I was a little bit more intimate, they start making excuses or justifications for why that took place. But if they sit there and they're just like, well, I did everything that I was supposed to as a girlfriend. I did this, I did that, we were having sex, we were happy, then how can they possibly go any higher or do anything else in the future to prevent you from doing that same stupid thing? They can't. So that means down the future, when you guys are happy and you're in love and you're kissing, she's gonna still be like, damn, this is the same exact feeling that I had when he cheated on me last time. So now she can't even enjoy the good with you. The good has been destroyed because it's been mixed in with the cheat. It's not like she can separate, okay, we're fighting again, maybe I need to change things up. Maybe I need to, work on this relationship with him so that I can prevent him from stepping out again. But very importantly, it's not a woman's job to sit there and try to prevent you from cheating. If you're that weak and you can't stop cheating, you should just be out of this relationship. But again, when it comes to somebody trying to convince their mind that their decision to forgive you is going to be a good one, These are the types of things that go through their head. Next. And next is lifestyle. Sometimes the people that cheat on you happen to be the same people that provide you a very lavish life. Maybe you got all the cars you could ask for. You're living in this beautiful house. You haven't worked in 10 years. You're happy. And then he cheats on you. Are you really willing to let all that go because he cheated on you? Do you really want to take your pride in what you know is right and go work a 9 to 5 for the next years or so to come? Some people aren't willing to do that, so they start to make excuses and they start to say, well, he's a man and, I suppose, it's only one time. He ain't that bad to me. When in actuality, they just don't want to lose the lifestyle. It might go a little something like this. You know what? I told you, I don't do cheating. So you leaving me. I'm leaving. But before you go, I'm gonna need them keys. You know what? I can care less. Take your little Mercedes keys. I don't need them. Goodbye, boo-boo. I'm gonna need them glasses too. Truth is, I'm tired. It gets sunny sometimes. I don't need those either. Don't forget the bag. I need the bag. What, the Louis, my Louis purse? Huh. In the fur. You swear you ain't ever gonna cheat on me again? I might not. Can we at least get rid of the babysitter? Nah. But we don't even have kids. She stays. Okay. Come here, big head. Come on, girl, you tripping, man. You know I love you. And those are the people that are more likely to be forgiven in these situations. Next. And lastly, it's self-esteem. Sometimes people don't believe that they deserve somebody who will be faithful to them and won't cheat on them. And they feel like that's just something that comes with the territory. You think this is probably the best you're gonna get. That's all they've heard of. Maybe their mom was cheated on. Maybe their friends get cheated on all the time and they just tell them that that's just what guys do. And so you just say, all right, well, at least he's there for me 90% of the time. And that sometimes will be the reason why people stay. So these are my thoughts. I'm curious to hear if you ever forgave somebody for cheating. And did it work out? Or was it simply the beginning of the end? I wanted to highlight some of the reality to the situation because a lot of times when you're actually in it, it's not so easy to just simply walk away from something. I know a lot of people on the outside are just simply like, girl, leave, girl, do this. But there's more involved sometimes. There's a lot more emotions involved and you're not alone should you ever decide that you take somebody back. There's no judgment here. Just make sure you don't lose yourself in the process of trying to keep something together. Drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Later.